Oh, what the hell?
That looks so good.
Every single person had a half-scale replica made for them.
That's forced perspective and then compositing, yeah.
No.
No?
So, I mean, overall, I think it's pretty sweet for something done in Unreal Engine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait,
Crazy.
how the heck? Okay.
It's so good.
Sorry, just pause real quick.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Visual Effects Artists React. We have some great stuff today. Like this.
So I'm a Virgo is a show on Amazon Prime. It's 7 episodes, and it's a coming-of-age story about this kid who is 13 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
What?
Whoa, wow. Dang, these shots are immaculate.
Right?
The compositing is really good.
Huge amount of compositing, huge amount of CGI.
These effects are like really high level. How do these guys get all this money?
What if I was to tell you this was actually a really low-budget show, and that there's almost no CGI or visual effects?
I would be shocked.
Is it dolls and mirrors? We got dolls and mirrors? Oh.
I said. They took a lot of inspiration from Darby O'Gilly and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
You guys want to see me bench press the Caprice?
So before we go further, let's just check out this scene of Cootie's Wild Night.
Well,
that feels like compositing to me.
that's compositing. You can't force perspective that. Now he's on a car.
Just
Is that a
impressive
giant
shot.
doll with a seat with a composited head?
Yeah.
So they made a 13-foot doll. Notice
you can
the
see
editing.
You can see the hand. Look at the hand. There's that one shot where you see the hand right here. Look at this. Look at those fingers. That looks so good.
When I watched the trailer, I saw this shot, I was like, oh my God, the compositing of that was incredible.
Same here.
And then it's like, oh no, this is all in camera. They just made a big doll and put it on the back of a car.
That looks sick.
The large-scale puppet is like relatively articulate. They have like all the arms and legs can move, and they have the type, like the brake line type control over the hands, you know, stuff like that. And then for specific wide shots, they're comping a separate plate of the actor's head onto the giant doll.
That's so cool.
Let me point out the things I'm noticing. The hairstyle actually translates really well.
So you're saying like the dreads here actually work in the favor of the scale.
Exactly. That is, and then also here's another trick they're doing that's working really well. So look at the clothing he's wearing. Obviously he's a big guy. Those clothes don't exist. You have to make a patchwork of these clothes. Now look at the density of the plaid on the front of his shirt there. That's, I can already tell, denser than normal plaid shirts are. And so what they're doing is his costume is these traditional patterns we normally see, but they're actually miniaturized and custom printed onto him. So that way when you cut out to these large shots here, the patterns of his clothing become life-size now. The costume is, I think, doing a lot to contribute to this illusion.
I mean, absolutely. And the costuming and set design was a huge aspect of the show. They're like, they have to justify this in world. Like he's got his own little loft that they built out of like, his front door is literally 4 doors nailed together. His kitchen sink is literally a bathtub, you know, stuff like that. But then we have shots like this next one.
Hey, Cootie, you ever heard
So like, at first I was like, they probably filmed the doll and they're doing like a chest replacement.
That's what I thought.
But then he gets out of the car, immediately showing that no, all of that was him.
Oh, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing.
Of course, that's forced perspective.
That's forced perspective and then compositing, yeah. He's up close in front of camera doing the scene, and then they're compositing the car back in front of him or whatever he's sitting on so you can't see it.
No.
No?
You guys are close. It is forced perspective, but this is 100% in camera.
So I see. It's a car model that's really close to the camera.
Yeah.
I love it.
They made a half-scale car, and he's actually sitting in it in this shot, and it's closer to camera. And the actors that are in the front seat are actually sitting on chairs way past the car. And they line up their eye lines, and that also allows them to move the camera. It's not moving through 3D space, it's just, you know, panning and tilting down a little bit.
That's a crazy one.
Oh, but it gets more intense here.
Come on, Cootie, we gotta go.
That's gotta be comp.
No,
What?
that's just the doll.
Really?
They're
Their
not
face
even
is
doing
that
a face
good?
replacement.
Wow.
Notice they're picking and choosing their shots here, so
Yeah,
his
we're
face
seeing
is
the
very
dark.
dark.
Man, they're doing such a good job planning every single shot and moment of this to make it all executable.
This is how you stretch a super tiny budget across 3.5 hours worth of final content
We have half-scale puppets as well, so that when Jarrell, the actor playing Cootie, is in the scene, he appears to be a giant and they just appear to be small people.
Is that a doll?
It's a doll on the right there.
Holy heck.
Very high detail dolls of the entire cast. Every single person had a half-scale replica made for them.
So that's how they're doing over-the-shoulder shots.
And they're trying to get away as much as possible with just using what they get in camera. It's like, if this was to be like a fully like VFX sort of show, it would cost 3 times more.
Yeah. And it'd probably not look as good.
Nope, it would not.
You know what this really needs? A drift scene.
No way. Wow. That looks so good. He's in a miniature car, isn't he?
Yeah. That's a tiny little car. How would you do that? How would
The
you
people
do-
are in it.
I know, but wait, are they?
Dolls. It gotta be dolls.
What about this next shot? Yeah, you can tell that the people are dolls in that shot. They're just like not moving.
Those are some good dolls, though. You see the
They're
animation?
very good dolls. I'm pretty sure they put most of their budget towards all of just like the set design and all of the doll making and the puppets.
So, wow, that looks really good, though, in that
Looks
shot with
really
spinning
good.
around. So, very specifically, they're not showing us the ground he's sliding on there. So, I think the way they're doing that is actually by putting him on like an elevated thing and spinning him around.
Well, we have the behind the scenes for this one shot.
Oh, heck yeah.
So
I want to see. I want to see this.
There we go. Okay.
That's great.
So notice they have the puppets for the other cast members in the front seat. And you can clearly see their puppets.
Right.
So they actually obscured that in the final shot. They added like a CG windshield with reflections going around, and you're just not looking at that. So it's a misdirection, sleight of hand.
Good on them. Like, this is such a better, like, you could composite these shots. You could probably get away with it, but it's like a lot of work. You need somebody who's good at it. You need to manage all your color science correctly to where your like composites to look correct.
And it's
just,
gonna be
like,
hundreds of shots.
Yeah.
Because he's throughout the entire show.
the director and VFX supervisor, designer, whomever is just like every single shot has like a crazy technique in it that's like perfectly executed.
Also, okay, so I do have one very fun story. This is gonna be on corridordigital.com as the extended episode, but this is a really fun story involving ILM.
Wow.
There's plenty of examples of shows and movies where they're bragging about doing everything practically, but I think this is one of the truest examples where they actually did do the vast majority of this stuff, not only practically, but in camera, because they had to. They were limited by the scope of what they were allowed to do. That's I'm a Virgo, coming from the mind of Boot Riley. It's a very unique show. I think you should go check it out. It's fun.
Recently, I've been on a little bit of a health kick. You can't tell yet, but you will, I promise you. And the biggest issue that I'm running into right now is my mornings are super busy, meaning I don't have time to meal prep an entire breakfast. And that's why I lean on Huel. Not literally, of course, it's a tiny bottle. Look, the reality is, eating is fun. Making food is not. Our friends at Huel and today's sponsor have you covered. And their Black Edition is a complete meal so you feel full, focused, and ready for your day. 35 grams of protein, all 27 essential vitamins and minerals, 6 grams of dietary fiber, slow release carbs, and it's all inside of this little bottle. It's my easiest meal of the day, and I don't get bored of it because they got a whole bunch of flavors.
Iced coffee? Oh wait, strawberry banana actually looks delicious.
All right.
You know what? That's actually pretty good.
Right.
There we go. Like off camera, like this is actually pretty sick.
Yeah, right? So start saving time and money without compromising your sweet nutrition. New customers get 15% off by visiting Huel.com/CorridorCrew and using our code CorridorCrew15. That makes sense, right? 15% off, 15? Ooh, skip the stress, not the nutrition. Now, back to React.
Saku 2, we're moving.
They made a Gundam show last year, and it's 3D.
Do I need 3D glasses?
No, it rendered in 3D graphics.
Whoa.
Wait, is this Unreal Engine?
I was about to say, this kind of looks unreal.
The whole show's done in Unreal
Oh,
Engine
wow.
5. I love watching this because I'm like,
That's crazy.
That's me.
This is so aspirational.
Yeah, I feel like I have some of these assets.
Nice explosion assets.
That was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Going through the parachute tears.
Yeah, the cloth stuff is like, you're really trying to dance around that Can't quite do that yet in the game engine.
Well, I'm willing to bet most of the assets and probably a lot of the animations, certainly all of the simulations aren't being done in Unreal. That's just the playground where everything's being put.
Yeah, if you want to do crazy physics sims in Unreal Engine, you usually do it in an external program, right?
For the explosions and whatnot, that's probably being simulated in something like Houdini, maybe Cinema 4D. It could certainly do that now.
But here, this is the cool part. Now they're actually like landing and stuff. It's sweet.
I like how they're getting the environmental lighting from those explosions, though.
Yeah.
Like in the muzzle flashes. That's telling me that that's being rendered in the actual shot.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost all in camera, in virtual camera. There's no compositing on top of the Unreal Engine footage.
Until you see like a HUD element, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I love that shot where he's kicking through the fence because it really shows the sense of scale here. Like those mechs are huge.
So, I mean, overall, I think it's pretty sweet. It looks pretty cool for something done in Unreal Engine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is a little bit of that.
There's a little bit of that. I mean, like from when I was like trying to look up the behind the scenes or some making up, I was coming up pretty short. But what I did find was lots of people saying, "Why does this show look so bad?"
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm seeing a little bit of a limitation in the foliage, like the sense that the trees don't move, there's no wind or air from anything. These giant explosions, the robots swooping around, their guns sweeping around, like the trees
Yeah.
don't move at all, react to the explosions there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
trees are moving, but only with this sort of like gentle
Like feedback.
breeze type animation.
Yeah.
They're in their idle animation. That's the challenge of doing things in CGI, like an animation like this, is as you raise the fidelity, the expectations grow higher. Like if this is all hand animated, no one would bother like, oh, the tree leaves aren't moving. Right now, because of CGI, you start to expect that detail, you start to expect them to move. Whereas if this is hand drawn, you wouldn't really expect that.
I mean, overall, yeah, it's like the visual fidelity is pretty good. Like the mechs look great. The mech animation looks pretty good. Textures are great. You know, even like the character models themselves are pretty good.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we're looking at very uncanny valley faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you say, this looks very good for Unreal Engine. They're still video game faces.
I mean, the character animation is really, for me, what I notice. It's just, there's like this muted expressiveness to the body language in the face. I'm not getting a full range of movement. And I'm not sure how they're doing it. I don't think it's metahumans.
So you know that this is not metahumans, at the very least.
I can just tell it's not metahuman
Right.
because there's just a certain quality about like the skin shaders that they're using that just don't quite land. Where the metahuman stuff, the way they're doing like the eye rendering and then the subsurface effects, everything like that, like there's this like extra like little high-end photorealism to that I'm lacking here.
Stein Battalion has seized Cluj-Napoca base.
What?
He was not holding the joystick, and then he shifted into it.
Let's see. See, this is what I'm saying. These are those weird quirks. Like the other quirk I'm noticing here is like generally when we're talking about like a quote unquote higher end 3D production, you're gonna see garment physics, cloth physics. And when you watch the characters move here, you can see how their clothes are basically just weighted to match their bones.
I think it's important to point out that this is very likely done by a tiny team. And so it's one of those things where it's like, it would be nice to fix some of these things, but we just got to kick these shots out, you know?
The environment design in this sequence here, like in general, I would say is pretty good. Like this looks great.
Yeah.
Like, overall.
The lighting looks great too.
I assume they've got a modeling team making everything. All of the different characters are...
Sorry, that was just such a video game, like,
Yeah, I know. Just seeing it slide around. They might not have the lip shape for that character for drinking.
Yeah.
Like there's like that little that plosive or whatever.
this is like a good example of the exact state of things right now. Like all the things we can do real time and all the things that we're missing from real time.
It comes down to why would you use Unreal Engine for a series like this? The advantage of going this route is being able to just like very quickly like iterate with like your shots. Unlike every other rendering software, you can basically see every single frame as you're working on it, like the finished frame nearly.
It's like if this was actually just a cutscene in a video game, people would be like, hey, that's pretty cool. But it's being presented on Netflix, so therefore people approach it with a different mentality.
Yeah, I mean that's why all the virtual production stuff I've ever done is like, no, this is a video game. But like very specifically, it's like that's the genre. These are video game videos in a video game engine.
All in all, this I think is great.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay, moving on. What a review.
That's pretty. That's very, very pretty.
Who's Gene Kelly?
Do you actually not know who Gene Kelly is?
No idea.
Gene Kelly is a super famous dancer, actor, tap dancer, known for things like Singing in the Rain.
What's that?
I'm singing in the rain.
Oh, I know that song.
yeah, it's from the film.
I know that song from the 1999 Godzilla movie.
Wait a minute, Danny McGuire.
Wait a minute. Are they gonna do a trick?
That reflection was so bright.
What the heck? Yo, that reflection better not move.
Oh, here we go. Is that a hologram? The camera's moving. I saw a little bit of sliding.
I like that you noticed it immediately.
Yep, there's a little bit more slide. Okay, this is synchronized. This is like human attempted motion control.
Exactly.
Human attempted. Oh wow.
yeah.
Wow,
It's
that's so,
cool.
well done. I'm pretty sure I know how they're filming this too. Whoa! Wait,
Crazy.
how the heck? Okay,
It's so good.
sorry, just pause real quick. Up until now, I was like, yeah, I know how they film this. And then I saw that shot and I was like, I don't know how they film this anymore.
So good. What a crazy scene, huh?
That was sick. Okay, wait, so Nico, how the heck did they do this then?
So you have your bass performance, all the lights are on, Gene Kelly does one side of the dance. Now you need to get the alter ego dancing. So they actually take the same set, cover everything in black fabric, so there's as little light as possible hitting the ground, and they run a different piece of film for that. And then when you develop that film, the parts that are exposed, like the bright part of his shirt, that crystallizes on the film, but the dark parts, the black parts, that all washes away and that becomes transparent on the film. So you can then take your one layer of film, stick it on top of another layer of film, shine a light through it, exposing that second layer of film. So you're doing a double exposure on that, second generation piece of film, one from each take. And that gives you the base footage, which is all lit and looks great. And it gives you that second pass where everything dark is transparent.
Did you guys get that?
It's film's crazy, man. It's tough. It's a very, very simple technical effect, but what they did that took it way beyond is they have camera motion, meaning that the operator has to move the camera at the exact same time in each dance take so that the motion appears to line up. And that's why you see the feet slide a little bit, is because the camera started moving at a little bit of a different time on one of the takes before the other take.
Yeah, every now and then you see that sliding because they're filming these at completely separate times.
Yeah.
This is the best you could possibly do for doing it by hand on the tripod. Like, wow.
Dude, the choreography of the tripod panner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed it.
That was
Nailed it.
perfect. I feel like the camera operator almost needs to be a dancer.
Yes, actually, the person who choreographed and put the scene together is a dancer, and then went on to direct films like Singing in the Rain and that one Fred Astaire movie, Royal Wedding, where he dances on the ceiling of the room as it spins around.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Stanley Donen was the camera operator, but he was working closely with the camera because he was one of the first choreographers to say that the camera needs to be choreographed with the dancing. It is just as important as the dancing. To have the audience move and the dancer move, they all go together. So he was kind of one of the pioneers of that.
That's cool.
He's also one of the pioneers of special effects in dance numbers, as you can see here. At the end of the day, one thing that really warms my heart about this scene is that it's a perfect example of just taking a really basic foundational effect that anybody can do with any piece of hardware these days. And just with inventive use and good storytelling, it has a huge impact and makes people smile.
That was actually a really cool sort of old school throwback there.
Yeah. Huge shout out to the people that recommend these clips in the comments. Thank you so much. I've found so many amazing scenes like this from all of your recommendations. So please hit us with some more.
I give you the king of the jungle.
George of the Jungle.
Yeah, we haven't looked at George of the Jungle.
This is the Brendan Fraser one?
Yeah, it's kind of his big breakout movie before The Mummy. So we'll kick things off with the opening of RRR here, the the Disney take on it.
When lion brush last.
Dude, being tackled by a real lion without any clothes on, oh my God, just a nightmare. The things that some people have to do.
Whoa.
That lion?
Is that real?
Whoa!
Oh my God, the clip I have is almost exactly the same. It's just way more serious.
So
we have to keep the Jungle Boys theme going. Oh my lord.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's actually a pretty decent looking CG elephant.
For 1997, it's not that bad.
97?
Yeah.
That's incredible for 97.
They eventually cut to a real elephant, and they actually look pretty similar, don't they? But the way, like, when it cuts to the real elephant, you're not immediately sure
Yeah,
if you're looking at a
elephant's
real
really
elephant.
Oh, what the?
when
A
the
little bit of
elephant-
morphing for his eyes.
Dude, that was a winking elephant.
So the thing about the animals here is that they're actually using morphing to like make the animals smile a little bit more, and they're replacing the eyes and the tongue. So they're getting it big cartoon eyes in the elephant and making it blink, and they're making the tongue pant like a dog's tongue.
Okay.
But it's otherwise a real elephant in those shots, and they're just enhancing it with CGI, and it looks really good.
Dude, the tongue? I didn't
Yeah.
even think about the tongue. I thought the tongue was real. That little tail in the background, wow. But honestly, even the CG elephant, it looked really good, but it also kind of, I mean, do you know who did the visual effects for this? Was it ILM?
No, I don't think it was ILM.
But you can kind of see the stretching. It's like they got really high detailed textures, but it's just a diffuse map, essentially. You're not getting very accurate lighting off of it, but it's okay because what we're mostly seeing is in shadow here.
This is also well before the era of like CG muscles and like skin over those muscles. So you're just looking at a model with like a skeleton in it like you'd have in a video game where it's just stretching the polygons around.
Yeah.
All right, so there is one scene from this movie that is timeless. You know, George, did you guys ever play Spider-Man on the PS3 where you can basically just sling web anywhere and it kind of didn't really have physics?
Or
And
like the
eventually-
webs went up into heaven.
Into heaven, yeah. So that's kind of George of the Jungle's power, is that he just kind of has vines wherever he needs them. All right, this is it.
Whoa, oh, do you think they cut right before the boat goes?
Oh, what the hell?
What? Is he dangling from a helicopter? What the
Yeah.
heck? Wait, really?
Yeah, he just strapped the vine in the dude to a helicopter.
Oh my
And ran
God.
as fast as they could through the jungle. You're like, ah! So good.
Oh my god!
I mean, this is hilarious. This is actually kind of
love it.
amazing.
This gonna hurt.
George, watch out for that tree!
Oh my god!
But I just love how the guys go like Mach 2 on the vine. It's such a good sequence.
I did not expect to see that at all. That was crazy.
Oh god, it's so funny. Like, I keep forgetting that George of the Jungle isn't serious. Unlike Tarzan,
You are Tarzan.
hard pivot. There was a Tarzan movie in 2016 that's basically everything we just watched, but like dead serious.
Oh yeah, there's no colors in it.
There's no colors in it. This is gritty. This is the gritty version.
Sam Jackson.
Jackson's in this.
So we saw what it looks like when he fights the lion, right? So this is this is like, let's make this serious again.
Who needs 100 guys when you got Tarzan?
Bonk. See,
Ow, you'd be dead.
That's what I'm saying. Previously, it was Brendan Fraser doing like little elbow drops on the lion, but now it's the gorilla doing it to this guy.
Very seriously, of course.
And this is not funny. Wait, the ape got smaller? Did you see that? The
Yeah.
ape was human size for
The
that
ape
shot.
shrunk down.
The ape was
Wait,
like,
what?
It was like the size of a man. Watch, it's a human-sized
Oh,
ape.
what the
Just
heck?
for one shot.
He shrank.
It looks like he's fighting a baby. He's fighting a baby chimp.
Samuel Jackson just watching hopelessly from the side.
He's got nothing to contribute. Sorry,
What is this crotch shot?
look at that.
What is this framing?
That's the dominance shot.
It's the dominant shot.
It's the alpha beta shot.
It's the alpha beta shot. It's an alpha beta framing shot.
You want me to lick his nuts too?
This is the last thing. I forgot to link it. There is a climactic vine swinging moment at the very end of this movie. It's peak, like, let's do everything with CGI.
Watching this immediately after George of the Jungle is setting this up for like the worst mental state. I'm like ready to laugh at everything.
I know. It's just like, it's George of the Jungle with Brendan Fraser, except he's not smiling anymore.
He's coming through the building.
Dude, that's Yoshi's ult in Smash Brothers. So let's compare this. 20 years, many more millions of dollars. Let's see if they can top that vine swing.
Man, he like came into that kiss about 30 miles an hour.
We're leading with the head. Leading with the head.
Yeah, you're right. Their heads do collide. What's the
Some
hardest?
weird decisions in this movie.
Dude, this freaking random CGI guy just jumping around and crap everywhere.
Would you guys rather have a happy, practical Jungle Boy or a CGI sad Jungle Boy?
It's just hard to take something like this seriously as realistic as it is.
It's more conceivable to see this man hanging from a vine going 100 miles an hour from a helicopter. Like that says real to me. I watch that and I go like, he's actually doing that. That's crazy. You know? Like,
Yeah, how is George of the Jungle more realistic than the 2016 Tarzan?
for some reason it is. It is.
All right, guys, don't forget to check out corridordigital.com for Ren's secret ILM story, but also the extended reacts, which are wonderful, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. You heard me say it before. It helps us out, keeps us independent. Thanks for subscribing to all of you who do. See you the next one.